Alright guys, the devs have just announced some major changes for the mid-chapter update, and my god, this thing is crazy. This could be the best update that this game has ever had, or at least has had in a very long time. Let's jump straight into it. So, repair changes. This is a change centered around gen rushing. So, gens will still take 80 seconds for one person, but if there are more than one person, the change is going to go from, normally you're 10% slower, but now you'll be 15% slower. Prove Thyself has been buffed for that, and Stakeout has now been buffed as well. And also, hitting great skill checks makes gens go even faster. So, what does this mean? Instead of it being 5% or 4%, it's now going to be 6%. It's 2% more, basically. So, what this means is, for you to do a gen by yourself, they will be even faster if you can hit great skill checks. If you can't hit great skill checks, then the gens will be the same. If you do it as a team, then, you know, gens will go slightly slower. So what does this mean? This means it encourages survivors to play efficiently. When you group up on a gen, you're playing inefficiently. You shouldn't be doing that. So this change punishes those people who actually group up on a gen. That being said, it actually buffs people who are efficient. So if they hit great skill checks and they work on a gen by themselves, they're going to be rewarded for this. So for most matches, this is actually a really nice change for keeping gens, you know, under control. But in the top tier of play, this is probably going to drive things a bit more crazy, but not too bad. Overall, this is actually really good, and I'm actually quite grateful for this. But the main meat of this is map changes. There has been so many changes here, and it is absolutely insane. They're so good. So, you may have seen Peanuts leak this image right here, the change to some of these absurdly strong loops. And yeah, they've changed some of these ridiculous loops that are map specific. So each map has a size and layout, with some being larger. Some maps are being reduced in size. That is so good. We have been begging for that for so long. This is absolutely amazing. So map spacing, this is how tiles work. They're basically saying sometimes jungle gyms spawn too close to each other. What is this talking about? This is talking about the snow map, Mount Ormond or whatever the fuck it's called. That map is ridiculous. That map is 99% jungle gyms. It's like 8 jungle gyms just completely chained around the edge. This is going to sort out jungle gyms. And basically, it's not going to remove them outright or anything like that. It's just going to make it possible to punish a survivor for playing badly. Because generally, if there's just a million jungle gyms next to each other, you can just drop all the pallets and you're pretty much immortal, because even the amount of time that the killer takes to break all the pallets, how many gens are going to be done in that time? It's ridiculous. So this is really good once again. Strong window balance. Certain windows were too safe, leaving no room for mind games and forcing the killer to W-bot. This is going to be changed. This is so good. I'm so excited. This is amazing. Tile tweaks. Some tiles have been changed for, you know, loops that are too strong, or certain loops that are just, you know, silly. And now they've changed the way windows will spawn. So some windows, or some buildings, require window variations, where a different set of windows could be available from one match to the next. We all know this. It's just generally what happens. It's RNG. Depending on which windows are open, a building could be incredibly safe or unsafe. The random element to these windows is being disabled on some maps to control the loop safely. So what this means is, I said loop safely, loop safely. What this means is that your match is going to be less RNG. You sometimes get those matches where it's either, oh, this loop's really good, I win for free as a survivor, or sometimes you get really bad RNG and it's like, wow, we don't have a strong loop, this is GG. So this is going to control that, which is actually going to be a better quality of life for both killers and survivors together. This is going to make the game much more consistent and generally reward skill-based gameplay a lot more. So they're saying there's too much to go into, and if you don't see it below, it doesn't mean that they're not changing it later on. So more changes will happen. So let's look at the confirmed changes yet. So Rotten Fields is being completely fucking reworked. We got a size change, and the spacing is going to be changed. And Rotten Fields is a terrible map for both teams. So I'm really looking forward to this. Wretched Shop is having some changes to the general spacing, some strong loop fixes, and window logic. Now, I think the main one we're looking for is strong loop. This is classed as a strong loop. So, obviously, we're seeing this. We're seeing these ones. There's a door there now, thank God. And this has also been changed. Nice. To be fair, this used to be a fairly weak loop, but then they reworked the map and made this a god loop. So, this is being toned back down to what it used to be. And oh my god, there's just so many. Thompson House is being done. I like Thompson House. I'm worried. I'm joking. This can only bring good news. Wreckers Yard, lovely, lovely, lovely. Let's see. Mount Ormond, tile spacing. This is what we're looking for. You're doing good jobs here, Behaviour. Haddonfield, my favourite map. It's going to have some different tiles. Did I go on the wrong one? No, yeah, it's going to have different tiles. That is amazing. Suffocation Pit, just some general changes. Bad Hand Preschool, Strong Loop Fix. I'm not sure which one it could be. Maybe it's the one with the little white picket fence loop. I'm not too sure. We'll have to see what happens there. Torment Creek, Ranch Abattoir. Look, there's just so many. Are we seeing the stupid nurse map? I can't remember what it's called. The one that's completely... This is even stronger than Haddonfield. Where is it? Disturbed Ward, reduced pallets. It'll do. There's like 5 god pallets on that map. Well, no, there's 4, I think. It's not 5, 4, and most of them are right next to each other. That's really good. I'd love to see them fix the god window because... wait, is that Leary's Disturbed Ward? Oh, fuck. The nurse map. We need the nurse map window sorted out. That is the strongest window in the entirety of Dead by Daylight. Anyway, this is really amazing news. So, so good. And... controller sensitivity improvements, it has been doubled. Now, a lot of you will see that back a few months ago, I used a controller to play Dead by Daylight, and I made a YouTube video on it, and I actually modded my sensitivity to be 200%. Behaviour have done exactly that. They have modded sensitivity to be 200%, which is huge for console gamers. Absolutely huge. This is so amazing. Console gamers won't be anywhere near as handicapped as they are with the current sensitivity limitations. And quality of life improvements. Let's see, Legion is now going to see his scratch marks earlier, went like before going in fatigue. So basically during fatigue he sees it effectively. Newbies will now be told that attempting to escape is bad. Okay, can do. Head-on will now... Okay, so head-on just is nicer, I guess. Just a lot more visually responsive, you know. Mori animations will now play once a short interaction is complete. This stops from Mori cancelling. Hey, Mori spamming. Nice. Good to see that go. And protection hit improvements. Fuck, I thought it was hit improvements. I was like, what? You're fixing the dedicated hits? Anyway, this is still going to be good. With the change, we had a positive effect for the moment. Now, the range of an injured survivor will have a lingering effect. Oh, wow. So what is this aimed for? This is aimed for Metal of Man and nothing else. So this is generally good because Metal of Man is in the gutter right now. This also will have side effects of being better for We're Gonna Live Forever and, you know, other kinds of little things, but yeah, this is generally aimed at bringing Metal of Man into the game, because right now it's not in the game. And this is going to be on the public test build, which starts tomorrow. Behaviour, I am so happy with you guys. All of these things, like, almost all of these things are things that myself and others have been begging you to do for such a long time, especially that as well. And you're finally going to test it on the public test build. Instead of just setting everything in stone, you're going to test it and look for feedback. Behaviour, thank you. Thank you so much. This is actually amazing. I am so proud and so grateful and so thankful for you guys to actually do this. This is potentially one of the best updates we've had ever, if not in a long time. I am so looking forward to this, guys. You guys smashed it. I'll be the first person to call Behaviour out when they do something wrong, but I'll also be the first person to give them props for doing something good. This is... I'm so excited. I'm so excited. You guys have smashed it, Behaviour. Thank you so much. For the regular players who are watching this, Dead by Daylight is about to become a lot better. It is... This is... Once they finish this, because obviously they've still got some maps they want to do, so once they finish this, all that's left is to target solo gens, which we don't want to do. Anyway, look, let's just be grateful for what we have at the moment. We can talk about other things in the future. This is amazing. Thank you so much, Behaviour. We've been begging for this for such a long time, and I won't be the only one that is thanking you so much. This is absolutely perfect. Wow. Guys, I look forward to seeing this in action tomorrow. I'm going to be live streaming the public test build 100%. Come drop by twitch.tv/Ardetha. Let's see what this does. I am so excited.